I assume that you tell us something about that particular diary, the one we did that day.
She discovered it. You're on the diagram. Okay. Now, how do you identify a breach? Okay, I didn't send it to you. Please help me keep this there. On top of that, please. Is this send it what?
Yes, when is it?
No. Sorry, my head forward it. Please, can you forward it to this number 08? Just type down the number 080 39 799 419. 0039799. Just forward the diagram, the audio, and the stuff to it. Sir?
No, I'm just trying to show my boss something.
I thought it's the diagram. Have you sent it? Well, So first of all, the question types that we talked about included one, sentence completion. And we said it's sentence, summary, or note completion. Then we said it's the second one was diagram completion. Then we talked about table or form completion. So first of all, let's start with the diagram completion. Sorry, ma'am, it's still loading. Let me forward it to you. It's still loading. Now, the first thing we need to talk about is the diagram completion. Now, the diagram completion question, these are usually questions that would ask you to complete a diagram. These are usually questions that would ask you to complete a diagram. And like I said before, these questions can easily be found in section 2 of the listening test. In section 2 of the listening test, that's where you could easily get the diagram completion question. That's where you could easily get those questions. Now, aside that, this diagram completion, what is their aim? They basically aim at having you label a given diagram. The aim is for you, the aim of this diagram is for you to label whichever diagram that you have been given. Now, they are going to talk about that diagram in the audio. They are going to talk about it in the audio. But the question now is, how well can you follow that audio to be able to describe it? Now, there are certain things you want to pay attention to. There are certain things you would need to pay attention to. And number one of those things is description. Please, type your WhatsApp number here. Number one of those things is description. Now, I used to ask this very funny question. Sister Abigail, where is your left? How long did it take you to realize this? Why? You have to think. Now, that's because it took you by surprise, yeah? It's something everybody knows, but it usually takes you by surprise. That's why most times if you are driving maybe at a high speed, and then somebody said take left without pre-informing you, there's every tendency that you miss that left turn. If they told you, like when you've gotten to almost the junction and you're still at a high speed and before they now told you to turn left, there's almost every tendency that you would miss that left turn. Now, the first thing The things that aid in your description are: one, the cardinal points. Is this east? Is this east and west? Sir?
This is south.
This is north. Sorry, this is south. This is north. Now my question is: this one, is it east or west?
That side is supposed to be west.
This side, my hand is. Okay. And this side, if this side is west, then the opposite side is east. And this is the correct thing. The east is usually to your right, and then the west is usually to your left. That's why Nigeria is on the west part of Africa. Look at the map of Africa, you'll see Nigeria on the left part of it.
Trigger point.
Sir?
And the trigger point.
And what?
You know, Nigerian African map is like a gun.
Yeah.
The Nigeria is at the trigger point. That's what I'm saying.
I never thought of that though.
So you can see, sir.
Could that be why many bad things in Africa actually take root from Nigeria? Could that be why we are usually the first to see any pattern that is going to happen in Africa? Could that be why? I've sent you the diagram. Okay, but let's leave that. Now, usually, we have a diagram like the one we have. We'll use that as a sample. When you have a diagram like the one we have, it has already given the cardinal points. Is that so?
Yes.
It has already stated the cardinal point, but it did not tell us west and east and west. It did not tell us which side is east, which side is west. So it is important to actually take note of these things. When you have the cardinal, when you have the diagram, first of all, if possible, there's usually going to be a paper that they will give to you. You can simply write east, you can simply write west and then east. You can basically draw the entire cardinal point. And then you have south here. Then the same thing, you can still write L and R on the left and the right side of the diagram. Now, why this is necessary is so that you don't start thinking in the middle of the text, which side is east, which side is west, which side is left, which side is right. You don't need to start thinking. And another thing you want to take note of is the beginning point. We'll call that the start point. The description, where did it start from? The description, where did it start from? The diagram we had, the description started from the road at the bottom. They started that description from the road at the bottom. But they didn't tell us. They just told us that it is when you enter from the south. Now you want to take note that that is the only entrance on the south. Are we together? Mm-hmm. So you basically want to pay attention to that, as that would actually help you in taking notes of the description. So when we're description, you want to pay attention to the cardinal points if that's what they're going to use. You want to take note of your left and right. You also want to take note of this place the description will start from, because most of the descriptions they are going to give in that diagram completion would stem from that point. Most of the descriptions they are going to give would stem from that point. So it is important to take note of those points. They're either going to use the cardinal points or they're either going to use your left and right descriptions. Then the start point will start from there. And many times they're going to be coming back to the start point to tell you. In the case of this diagram you have, I don't think they were coming back to the start point, but rather they were using the bridge now as the focal point, or rather as the focus of the description. They came back to the entrance. Now, they also talked about the bus stop, but how many of us got the bus stop?
I got it on that Monday.
At the initial try?
Yes.
Okay. Now, one thing is, we said something like this before. We called them synonyms. We called them synonyms. It is important to pay very close attention to synonyms, as these are what would help you in your description. Or not just your description, in your reading and listening. Synonyms would actually be of great importance to your reading and your listening. It may not look like much. It may not look like much, sorry about that. It may not look like much, but then there are actually some of the important things that could actually confuse you in the listening. The use of synonyms are actually some of the things that could confuse you in the listening. Why do I say so? Every word you know, you want to know another word also that can be used in place of it. Are we together? Every word you know, you want to also know another word that can be used in place of it. Now, the reason is quite simple. This would help you in answering the question, because that is actually what you want to do. You want to find a way to answer your questions. Are we together, please?
Yes,
Sir?
sir.
So pay attention to synonyms, pay attention to the description they are going to describe, then pay attention to what they are going to use, the words they are going to use. Could it be the cardinal points? Could it be the left and the right description? Pay attention to all of this, as these are what would help you to be able to answer any questions you are given in the test. Then that is for the diagram completion question. I'm sending us a link now. I'm sending us a link that we could use to practice this. Let's quickly practice something before we move on to the next question types. Okay, just go to IELTS-UP, that's IELTSup.com, IELTS-UP.com. Are we there?
Yes, sir.
Now, on that platform, tap on listening, then tap on practice. Immediately you tap on listening, also tap on practice. Immediately you tap on listening, also tap on practice. Now, that's an advert. Close the advert. It's not supposed to tell you get started. No, just type it. Just tap on it. I sent it to you.
Okay, I feel it.
Just tap on it. Are you there? Now tap on listening, tap on practice. Let's go to sample listening test 7. Listening IELTS listening test 5. Then there's test 6. Then there's test 7. Can we see that? Please go to that test 7, the section 2 of it. Section 2 of that test 7.
I don't know.
It's if you're on that set. It's okay. No, not this one. Mr. Tim, is your phone loud?
Yes, I've never.
See if that house will be.
Is your phone loud?
Yes.
Yes.
Borrow it.
Okay, exactly. That's it.
Not this side. The green sides.
You don't see many one. I will enter them.
No, I didn't send it to you. Your Chrome browser. No, not on WhatsApp. Leave WhatsApp. Chrome. How bright it is. How people use this on the it's none of it. And this is this thing they when we were growing up, that's what we were using.
It's not for number 11.
Hmm? No?
It's not for number 11.
Yes. You do need that in Nokia Express Music Hubs. In this already. And so that time good news that people come. Yes. Okay, so you won't back again. Okay, practice. Close it. It's supposed to be closed now. Listening then practice. We didn't talk about practice. Okay. That's just no section 2 of it. That's what we're talking. Yes, exactly. Okay. Sister Abigail, can you help us play the video? There's a play button at the top of it.
Yeah.
It's there. I didn't say it's there. Which type of documents like this? Is this a Chrome browser? No, is this? What browser is this? Is this Safari? Please open Chrome. I don't understand Safari. I'm not used to modern technology.
No, once I just click on the link, it will open through this.
Do you have Chrome?
Um,
Yes. Maybe I should play it for now. Huh? No, you don't need to open that. That's an advert. You're already on the page. You're already on that page. I guess we're all on the page.
Yes, sir.
So I'll play the audio.
If you'd like to come along this way, please, ladies and gentlemen.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Isn't keep it there. Sorry, sir. You can keep it there.
Okay. My question is, we've seen the diagram.
Now turn to section 3.
But how well did we understand what was said? How well were we able, or are we able to answer the questions that are following? How were we able to answer them? I'm all ears. We answered the questions, yeah? Yes, we did. But how well did we answer them? Now, this actually has to do with paying close attention to whatever you're listening to. The way they are being described, you want to pay close attention to those descriptions, as these are what would actually help you in the entire description. This is just what would help you in attempting to answer. Paying close attention to the description would actually help you to do that.
This particular level plan, is it that they didn't follow the number or?
They did, but they were scattered.
I think 15 came in first, the other one.
No, 14 came first, then 15, then 15, let's see.
I thought that they did it random.
Answer questions 14 to 20.
Okay, great.
Now, I'm going to give you a plan of the site, and I'd just like to point out where everything is, and then you can take a look at everything for yourself. I've already pointed out the river, which is on the left, and of course, running along the bottom is Woodside
That's
Road.
14.
Got it?
That's
Okay.
14.
Now, we're standing at the entrance. See it at the bottom? And
That's the
immediately to our
entrance.
right is the ticket office.
To the right is the ticket office. That's 15.
Because you've got your group.
That's 15.
But just past it are the toilets.
Then
Always good to
16.
know where they are. In front of us is the car park, as you can see, and to the left,
No, it's
by
not
the
16.
entry gate, is the
To the
gate.
left,
That's where
by the entry gate,
the
that's
cars like
16.
this one here.
Exactly.
Now, beyond the car park, all
Beyond
the
the car
buildings
park,
are arranged in a half circle with a yard in the middle. The big stone building at the top is the main workshop. That's where the furnace
they
is.
didn't show that. They didn't show that.
That was my problem.
Now, in the top right-hand corner, that building with bigger windows is the showroom, where samples
Leave,
of all the
leave that one.
made
It's no longer
are
there. Showroom is not part of the
in the
answers.
top left corner.
I think showroom is number 18. It's distorted. That image of the showroom is not there.
You can see the engine room, and on the other is the cafe, which isn't an antique, you'll be pleased to know, though they do serve very nice old-fashioned
Huh?
tea.
19, yes.
Yes,
It's
the cafe,
the
right?
cafe.
The row of buildings you can see on the left are the cottages.
Cottages
These
for
were
the
built for the
workers.
workers towards the end of the 18th century, and they're still furnished from that period, so you can get a good idea of ordinary
Number
cottage
20.
conditions.
Cottages.
Across the yard from them, you can see the stables, where the horses were kept for transporting the products. And the separate building in front of them is the works office, and that still has some of the old accounts on display. Right, if anyone wants a guided tour, then I'm starting at the engine room. If you'd like to come along this way, please, ladies and gentlemen.
That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
18, 19,
From where you did.
yes. So the 17 is the workshop.
The workshop.
Is wrong. Then 18 showroom. They say it's wrong. 19 cafe. They say it's wrong.
It's not just workshop, main workshop.
Men.
Main, M-A-I-N,
I-N.
yes.
Maybe the answer that is wrong. If you follow the
Main workshop or workshop.
So
Then the
17
other
is
one,
workshop now.
Now turn to
yes.
section 3.
Or main workshop.
It's
How
not.
did you write the workshop?
I get that.
Exactly.
Hey. Then the showroom too is correct. I get that.
Okay.
That is wrong.
Let's go this way.
It's expected to be one word.
One word.
Okay, showroom. No, it's together. Like.
What if you do that small dash there?
Then
If you
that,
hyphenate it, it's fine.
what about 19? 19 is what?
19.
19 is cafe.
So what's my own?
How did you spell it?
C-A-F-E.
Yeah, now.
Cafe.
How did you spell
Not
it?
one side of
I
cafe.
put Hey. C-A-N-E-R.
Now you make mistake. It's spelling.
Please, take the other 13 to.
Number 11. 11 to
Now,
13. Mineral and what?
Okay.
I didn't
The
know
question
you
is
were-
not even mineral.
It's cool and fire.
Number 11 is coal
And fire.
in one space, then the other space firewood.
I think I picked the first thing she said. She said mineral and iron.
No,
The mineral is already there.
It's already there. She said something.
Check the
Riverside Village was a good place to start an industry because it had water, raw materials, and fuels such as. So it's the fuels that you need to pay attention to. The fuel, they call them fuel.
Well,
And so they call them for outside, but and same they call them fuel. I mean, and fuel. So basically, you're looking at the fuels they mentioned:
Okay.
coal and firewood. Those were the two fuels that they mentioned. Then the other one, the metal industry was established at Riverside by local craftsmen. Then 13, there were over water-powered mills. Oh, they said something like 160 water-powered mills there. This one?
This 11 to 13.
Yes.
Section 2. You'll hear a tour guide giving a talk about a museum centre called Riverside Industrial Village. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 13. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 13.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Riverside Industrial Village. To start your visit, I'm just going to give you a brief account of the history of the museum before letting you roam about on your own. I won't keep you long, okay? Now, from where we're standing, you've got a good view of the river over there. And it was because of this fast-flowing water that this site was a natural place for manufacturing works. The water and the... So, industrial villages like this one became very rare. So, that's the history for you. If you'd like any more information, you can ask me some questions, or you can read further in our excellent guidebook.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 14 to 20.
So,
Okay, I guess we've seen that part.
Now listen and answer questions 14 to 20.
So the next question type that we need to
Now, I'm
talk
going to give
about
you a plan of the site. And I'd just like to point out where everything is.
is the sentence summary and note completion. These are quite simple questions. We have the sentence completion. Okay, now
This one is that one completion.
that we just did. We have the sentence completion in that box. That's question 13. Sorry, question 11 to 13. In the task we just did. Sorry. These questions would usually require below. Complete the sentences below. And then they would give you the number of words they want you